Hello everybody. My name is Haupter. I'm the president of Microsoft EMEA. Thank you so much for having me at the Ingram Global One virtual event. Ingram is one of our top long-term strategic partners worldwide and locally here in the EMEA markets. Together we have made significant investments to grow at the regional and local level in EMEA. In close partnership, I would say we have really invested in strategic business plans, in joint investments in people, but also in our engagement with our customers. And so I wanted to share in a couple of minutes the thinking we have around innovation, trends we see, but also how we react on the pandemic and looking on growth going forward. Clearly, the world is still in challenged situation on C-19. We have seen a tragic loss of people. We see economically really having stressful situations, but we also experience from the past that in moments of hardship, innovation and creativeness, inventiveness is making a difference and can thrive. We all see and experience changes in life and work environments, and we see that technology is actually a key driver of change and building still opportunities in this new setup. Companies across every sector and all sizes have doubled down to use technology, to use digital technology to respond and react on this new normal and changes we are experiencing. As Satya said, we have seen 2 years of innovation happening in 2 months in many of these businesses. And so I think it's important to look at innovation and how we can take innovation going forward for change and react on a situation. Now, I think it's worth to reflect on how innovation is impacting EMEA and what EMEA is doing in the context of innovation. The pace of innovation globally is expecting to be 60% of GDP going forward in 2022. So think about 60% of all GDP in 2022 will have a digital footprint in one form or shape. That itself is a 7 trillion business impact and opportunity we see on how we can shape markets. This means that local companies on a global level will impact the change of our economy. Now, however, it is important to reflect that the speed of innovation in Europe is very different than it is in Asia, in China, or the US. We have seen Boston Consulting just doing recently a study, and if they rank the leaders of most innovative companies, unfortunately the top 20, there is none of the EMEA companies. Only on rank 21, we see Siemens showing up. We also saw a Bertelsmann study just recently where EU holds just 11% of the digital patents. This is 50% less than Asia and a third compared to the US. So there's work to be done here in Europe where I think we together in EMEA can make a difference. And we are not short of a community of developers. From a volumes perspective, they are as large as the US. And from a capability and intellectual perspective, I have no doubts we are on the same speed. But us, together with you, we need to take responsibility and build for them the opportunity, build a network, build access to technology, and build a platform and give them the tools to really drive innovation as a technology, but also drive innovation with their customers. So first, I would say digital skills remains a key need in the EMEA community. As of 2020, only 42% of European citizens have done basic digital skills trainings and got access to digital skills. So it is a must for us as industry leaders to give access to companies, to individuals in companies, but to the society on digital training and digital tools. That's the reason why we as Microsoft committed to give 25 million people access worldwide on a yearly basis to digital access. And I would invite you to help us, help everybody to do this digital training, to get familiar with digital tools and technology, because that's the foundation of growth, that's the foundation of innovation. Now also, a green agenda is differentiating EMEA from the rest of the world. Driving a green recovery is imperative. The EU's next generation, green generation, is important as a plan. And I'm actually convinced it is important from a recovery perspective, but it's a unique opportunity to differentiate and increase the competitive edge we have for these companies. The technology which comes out of that green focus, the insights, the knowledge, the new products, the new services, all that will strengthen the European economy and will really drive competitiveness. That's the reason why we believe investment in that area is important. That's the reason why we as a company committed to the European Alliance for Green Recovery. We just believe in that super important focus on green and green recovery technologies. Now, as a company, I also think it is important to stand for inclusion as being part of the recovery for everybody. The crisis, I think, is actually highlighting the gap between the ones who have digital access and the ones who have not. On average, the data point would say that 86% of households have access to fast broadband. But the reality is, if you go to rural areas, only 60% have access to broadband. And access to broadband to me stands to the capability of leveraging data and have data as a core component of businesses and business models. No broadband access means you're not operating on a data-driven organization. And so we see data going forward as the key driver for growth. And that makes it very clear that we need to have a setup for companies to be a trusted partner, but give them platforms to use data as their core asset on building businesses. When customers look at driving business value from data, they drive for innovation. They use cloud and they use AI, but they drive for innovation on products, they drive for innovation on their offerings, and they drive for innovation for differentiation. So it is critical that we give customers the power and the access to data and help them on their success. Examples for that one is NHS in UK. A partner, MedNextNode, actually has been focusing on building a cloud and AI bots for their clinicians. All of a sudden they had access on testing results of their patients on any device at any time. That has been speeding up the process, that has made the experience for the patients much better, but the volume of patients could be treated has been accelerated tremendously. That was just by using technology and using data. We have seen something similar on different technology at DHL, a logistics company. They built a plug-and-play robotics platform and that made it easier to integrate the program, new automation devices they had on their factories and on their floors. And with the partner Blue Yonder, we have been able to really reduce 60% implementation time for their logistics experience and their supply technology. That is where we have been saving money, that is where we have been able to put innovation in, and that is where we have been able to value new jobs and upgrade jobs for people in the floors. A very exciting solution we have been able to do there, all about building data-based innovation models for companies. So our ecosystem of partners like you are essential and help driving success stories like the ones I just shared. Together with Ingram, we are able to help customers confidentially transform, adapt and innovate and drive. That is imperative for us. It's empowering companies, and the partnership with you makes a huge difference. The mission we have is beyond the situation we have and the crisis we have right now. It's a long-standing partnership and a long-standing mission we have together with you, Ingram, as partners. So thank you very much for witnessing your event here. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to congratulate you to the business and success you have, but also thank you for the partnership you have given us for many, many years in markets in EMEA, and I wish you a great success for this event. Thank you very much.